Hey folks, welcome to Conf42 Kube Native 2023. Let's explore together the very fascinating world of Kubernetes. Before we start, I would like to invite you all to our Discord server. Head straight to hashtag KubeNative channel to say hi to our speakers, partners and sponsors. G-Core and Teleport, gold sponsors. Unpack.tech, the newsletter partner, and our magnificent media partners. We kick off with a keynote by Stephen Levine, software engineer at Teleport.
Hi, please join me for my keynote talk on scaling multi-cluster Kubernetes at Teleport Cloud. You'll learn how we manage Kubernetes clusters in 6 regions and maintain over 100,000 reverse tunnels at a time. This talk covers our strategy for multi-cluster deployment orchestration with custom controllers and CRDs, as well as zero downtime deployment with ultra long-lived TCP connections. Excited to see you there.
Next up, we have Erissa Duvall, accessibility engineer at CVS Health. Accessibility Testing 101.
I'll share what I've learned over the years about accessibility and accessibility testing to help you out as you start your own accessibility journey. We'll learn the whys and the hows behind accessibility testing content and services, tools that may already be available to you, and additional tools and resources that can help you out along the way. I look really forward to sharing this with you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Abdel Sghiouar, senior cloud developer advocate at Google, is here to introduce you to Ambient Mesh.
I'm a cloud developer advocate at Google. I'm based out of Stockholm, Sweden. I have been at Google for almost 10 years, worked on everything from Kubernetes to Istio, and service mesh in general, security, etc. And I also co-host a podcast called the Kubernetes Podcast from Google. My username on Twitter is boardabdel. So today's talk is going to be about service mesh and specifically about something called the ambient mesh. So ambient mesh is a new architecture in Istio that have been implemented that is trying to solve a bunch of problems, including sidecars, which I'll go more into details in the talk itself. So in the talk, we're going to do like a quick introduction to how Istio works today, the sidecar full architecture, and how this sidecar less architecture will try to solve all these problems and why these have been introduced also. And then in the last part of the presentation, I'm talking about the way forward, where the Istio community is also trying to implement the Gateway API as a first-class citizen API for doing all the things that you used to be able to do with Istio and the existing CRDs. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the talk. Have a good one.
For the next lecture, please join me in welcoming Akshay Bhat, developer advocate at Hasura, empowering Kubernetes workloads with GraphQL, unleashing efficiency and flexibility.
I'm very excited to speak with you here at Conf42 Kube Native 2023. In my talk, we'll dive deep into the marriage of GraphQL and Kubernetes, uncovering how this dynamic duo can elevate your development experience. We'll discuss how to wield GraphQL as a tool to streamline your Kubernetes applications, enhance user experiences, and drive innovation. See you at my talk.
Antoni Ivanov, staff engineer at VMware, is here to show you how to apply DevOps practices in data and ML engineering.
In this talk today, it's meant both for software engineers and data practitioners, because we're gonna really delve into DevOps for data. We wanna see what are the best practice software engineering that we can apply to data engineering, and what is the difference between applications and data applications, and why software engineer should really care about that as well, and how we can help make the data engineers and the data practitioner work much easier.
Kubernetes for the virtualization admin is the next exciting session by Julia Furst Morgado, global technologist at VM.
My name is Julia, and I'm delighted to introduce you to the world of Kubernetes from a virtualization admin's perspective. So join me at Conf42 to learn more about the Kubernetes architecture and how Kubernetes can enhance your virtualization environment. I'll see you there!
It's time to welcome Jacob Beasley. He will present M9 Sweeper, the open source Kubernetes security platform.
Hey, my name is Jacob Beasley, and I'm one of the founders of Minesweeper, an open source cybersecurity platform. I'm excited to join you at Conf42 to talk about Kubernetes security, everything from CVE scanning to CIS benchmarking, penetration testing, policy management, as well as just general best practices. See you then.
Jhonnatan Vila, developer advocate at Sonar, is here to advise on how to secure your microservices with zero trust approach. Don't trust anyone.
I'm going to talk about how edge security is no longer valid in order to secure our cluster, according to the attacks that systems are suffering. Let's see what Istio can do for us in order to protect our cluster, not trusting anybody, but without touching a single line of code of our applications. I hope to see you there, but I hope you enjoy this conference.
Kubernetes Troubleshooting Demystified: 5 Best Practices to Level Up Your Troubleshooting Workflow is the upcoming talk by Maria Ashby, developer advocate at KubeShop.
Hello, my name is Maria, and welcome to the wonderful world of Kubernetes troubleshooting. In this talk, I'll be demystifying the Kubernetes troubleshooting 5 best practices with a tool called BotQ. In this talk, we'll be unlocking the best practices, which includes centralizing, monitoring, and observability, and adding automation to your Kubernetes troubleshooting workflow. See you soon, and enjoy my talk.
Mohan Rao Chukka, senior software engineer R&D at JFrog, joins in to investigate who broke the build, using Kotlin to improve E2E testing and release faster.
No one wants to be responsible for breaking the build, but what can you as a developer to avoid being the bad guy? How can project leads enable their teams to reduce the occurrence of broken builds?
Simplify network services for real-world cloud-native applications with Ballerina. Please welcome Anuruddha Liyanarachchi, technical lead at WSO2.
Hello, I'm thrilled to be speaking at Conf42. Today, we are going to explore how Ballerina is simplifying network services for real-world cloud-native applications. Join me on this journey as we explore the art of developing Ballerina programs, the powerful Ballerina tooling, enhanced observability in Ballerina, and the seamless process of deploying Ballerina programs to the cloud with many other exciting features. Hope to see you at my talk. Have a wonderful day.
In the next talk, Frederic Harper, principal developer advocate at Furst, will show you how to get shit done, the GitOps way.
Hello lovely people, my name is Frederic Harper from Furst. I'm going to speak at KubeNative this year and I'm going to share with you the beautiful journey of GitOps. So I'm going to introduce you to the concept, I'm going to share some best practices about it, and hopefully after my talk, Get Shit Done the GitOps way, you're going to be able to start your cloud native journey thinking about GitOps. And you know what? Maybe my cat's going to be my co-speaker. Who knows? See you soon.
Observability ecosystem in Kubernetes, metrics, logs, and traces with open source tools is the next talk by Jhonnatan Gil Chaves, DevOps engineer at Globant.
We take a look very quick, or not, could be not, about observability. Also, we focus it on Kubernetes, that is our focus for this talk, and we take a look more deeper about how we can check and instrument and focus it observability in our applications.
For the next one, let's welcome Robert Hoffmann, Senior Solutions Architect at AWS. Go from Kubernetes YAML engineer to software engineer with CDKs.
Hey everyone, are you also in the I Hate YAML club? If so, please join me on my talk about how you can use real programming languages to define your infrastructure as real code instead of heaps and mountains of YAML. It's really cool what you can do once you are working like a real software engineer instead of a YAML engineer, and you can learn all about that in my talk. See you there.
Closing the developer experience gap of Kubernetes development is the next lecture presented by Edidiong Asikpo, developer advocate at Ambassador Labs.
Hey there, my name is Edidiong Asikpo, and I'm super excited about my talk at Conf42, as I'll be talking about how to close the developer experience gap of Kubernetes development. The truth is, utilizing Kubernetes has helped several businesses solve several challenges that they face today when it comes to things like flexibility, scaling, and even the reliability of the release of new versions. But it also poses additional challenges to the development workflow and has added a gap in the developer experience we once knew about. In this talk, I'll show you how to close that gap using an open source tool called Telepresence. So see you there.
Beyond traditional DevOps, a dive into serverless with Kubernetes using Kube Native is the upcoming talk by Karan Jagtiani, SD2 at HackerRanch.
Hi there. Please join me on a journey into the world of serverless with Kubernetes, where we will be diving deep into this tool called Knative and see how we can leverage this tool in order to create our very own serverless infrastructure right within a Kubernetes setup. I'm really looking forward to this talk, and I hope you enjoy the conference.
Ambient Mesh, the new sidecar-less and faster Istio for Zero Trust, will be presented by MD Azmal, SD2 at iMesh.
We'll be having a deeper dive into the amazing world of Istio Service Mesh. We'll understand how Service Mesh works, how the sidecar works, and what are the limitations of the sidecar approach. We'll understand how Istio Ambient Mesh solves it. And we'll also have a demo on how to apply L4 and L7 policies with the Istio Ambient Mesh. And we'll also do things like traffic management, cannon releases, and use Prometheus KRE to do observability. So yeah, there's quite a lot of things to cover in this. And thank you so much for Conf42 for having me. And I can't wait to share ideas with you. Thank you very much.
In the next one, Joel Tosi, co-founder at Dojo & Co, will showcase metrics that matter, moving from easy to impactful.
Hello and welcome to Conf42. I am Joel Tosi. I'll be talking about metrics that matter at the conference. Quick, what to expect from my talk. We'll start off really quick with just some basics around groupings of metrics. From there, I promise we'll get into some more interesting stuff. We'll get into some math, and we'll talk about how to determine if your metrics are actually improving or not using actual math. From there, we'll wrap up with where my most recent interest and research has been and work has been around more interesting metrics. So anyway, hope to see you there. Bring some questions and let's jam on metrics that matter.
Sandeep Mehta, engineering manager data platforms at Dojo, will now show you how to build business-critical data platform to process over £34 billion in card transactions.
We'll be talking on building a data platform to process over 50 billion in card transactions.
Service Mesh to Service Mesh is the next lecture by Rob Richardson, portfolio architect at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
We're going to take a look at what is a service mesh. Why would I use a service mesh? When would I use a service mesh? When would I not use a service mesh? And in particular, we're going to take a look at live demos of both Linkerd and Istio. Come join us for Conf42's Kube Native 2023. I'll see you there.
In the last but not least session today, you will learn cost and resource optimization in Kubernetes with Michael Levan, consultant, trainer, and content creator.
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Michael Levan, and I'd like to welcome you to Conf42. In my session, I'm going to be diving into cost and resource optimization for Kubernetes. I believe that this is a ever-growing space. We can never have too many resources. We can never have unlimited, even in the cloud. And of course, cost is a big factor here for plenty of organizations. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into the hands-on piece and we're going to dive into the theory piece. Why? Because you can't fully understand the theory of cost and resource optimization unless you dive into it from a hands-on perspective and vice versa. So with that, again, I'd like to welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that you enjoy our sessions.
This is all we've got for you at Conf42 Kube Native 2023. We hope that you'll enjoy your time while learning new things and meeting some folks in our Discord server. As always, FreeRSVP unlocks all the content available. The keynote by Steven will start right after this video ends. Please make sure to look up the schedule on the event website. Big thanks to our speakers, partners, and sponsors for making this whole thing possible, and to you for being with us today. That was Mark. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy Conf42 Kube Native 2023. Cheers!